Blurg! I am the alive. My bot has said that I am the alive. I am apparently tired. Well, I mostly think I'm just, like, experiencing, like, cooldown from caffeine. Ugh. Blah. So we're in a weird spot when it comes to our Fjord Fiesta. Because, like, here we are in World 3. We can go to the Void. We really shouldn't. I'm gonna run around the world. Because the Mirage Vest, even if for the current setup isn't amazing, it's still good to have. But yeah, no, like, the big issue is that we're under-leveled. So it's like, where do we go to resolve this issue? There's really not a lot of places. Like, I could continue to grind at the pyramid. I'm thinking of going to the Wind Shrine. Because... Wind Shrine? The Wind Shrine, because I think that there is some use in going there, because I could do with another set of legendary weapons, even if I'm only going to use one, which is the Berserker's legendary weapon, which is going to be the hammer. So I mean, aside from, you know, that major deal, what else can I really say? Like, we gotta grind, unfortunately. Which is something that maybe I should have been working on off stream. But the truth of the matter is, I just neglected to do it up to this point. But with good strategy and a little bit of luck, I made it this far. Thanks to everything that I've done. I can do this one. And this will be the last that I ever use Boko. He is allowed to return home to his wife. And kid. Zap. But, yeah, no, it's very much like I don't quite have the knowledge of the game that I could use. I mean, another thing that I can do is I can go to Ball Castle Basement and use gold needles to both grind up money and at least ABP. I don't remember if the art pieces down there provide EXP, but if they do, that could be our solution. At least for the moment. But especially right now, we do not stand a chance against either Omega or Shinryu. As far as additional content in the game is concerned, I don't think, because of the restrictions of my specific list for Fjord Fiesta, I don't think I can actually do Fork Tower, because you can't win, or you can't finish Fork Tower if you're not able to go through both halves. And because I'm only using physical attackers, I can't do the half that requires me to use magic. Because if I physically attack something, I all of a sudden am gonna fucking eat dirt and just die. You know, like, cool. Hello, Bogey, how is you? And since I'd rather not just fucking biff it, I'm not gonna touch Fork Tower. As a consequence, because I don't need either Flare or Holy anyway. I need to head to the back here, so that I can talk to the guy for the Mirage Vest. Now, if I'm gonna do Shinryu, I need, like, a full set of coral rings anyway. Just to, like, absorb, or be immune to water attacks and absorb lightning attacks, I think is how it works. Doing good, just writing while I watch you on my TV. Hell yeah. Who's the mucker I gotta talk to? Or at least his background commentary. Again, hell yeah. Oh, it's you. Got the Mirage Vest. If nothing else, I can give that to the Berserker. Because I have literally no control of what the Berserker does, so having a guaranteed evade seems pretty fucking good. It also gives him more magic defense, which might be worth it. Okay, and I only have 50 grand. I do think Berserker's secondary skill is going to be dual wield. Because any of the other secondary skills just are not usable. Other than, like, Samurai's evade, which could be handy, but I don't think is necessary. I would rather that the Berserker kind of just go, "Rah! Smash, smash!" with 2 hammers, or whatever. Dragoon, dual wield. Ninja, I like jump. I'm not opposed to the Samurai evade, because they kind of already get the damage potential, and jump would only be to, like, make it so they're not targetable. And Samurai, dual wield. Duh. Like, this is one of the most simplistic parties to set up for. 3 of them get dual wield, with one of them maybe getting Samurai dodge and Ninja more than likely getting Samurai dodge, possibly jump. We gotta go to Ball Castle, which means I now get to actually go through the cavern that's there instead of just pretend that the Skull Eaters don't exist. At least before I do it properly, I would like to save the game. Hello, Swerve. How is you? As far as it goes, Nutkin. Well, they're dead. Doing well, playing some Apollo Justice and chilling for the weekend. That is fair. Nice quick axe thing. It's called the Gaia Hammer. I'm just watching. This is super nostalgic. It's a good time. Oh good, this, like, Skull Eater. Not the right level for this at all. Woo! Hit it! Yeah, these fuckers are like metal slimes. You just have to hit them once. Berserker, Ninja, Dragoon, and Samurai is a really freaking good setup. The magic users, though, unless you count Ninja Scrolls, which suck, and that is because the rules as they are... Skull Eater, really. The rules as they are, as I have them set up, and you're dead. I say that, but Berserker is Berserker. Yeah, no, precisely, and you're dead. Yeah, I have learned that jump is just a guaranteed hit. Really? Fuck me. I need to restock on Phoenix now. I did not know that. I have learned that through this. I have learned that it's a guaranteed hit. Which is odd, but is very useful, especially when one of your opponents is a fucking Skull Eater. So is this, you have 4 jobs, you can only use those 4 jobs, or do you change each crystal? So, to explain the rules of the 4-job fiesta, the whole idea is, the basic premise is when you reach a crystal, you unlock a job that you can use. And then when you reach the second crystal, you unlock your second job that you can use. And the idea is like, first crystal, everybody has to do that job. Second crystal, there has to be at least one of each job, so you can have 3 of job 1, 1 of job 2, or vice versa, or any mixture in between. For each crystal 3, there has to be 1 job of each crystal, so 2 of 1, 1 of each of the rest, or 2 of the last one, then 1 of the other 2, etc. When you have all 4, you're only supposed to be those 4 jobs. You can still use their abilities and stuff and mix and match, but the whole point is, for a 4-job fiesta, you can only use those jobs for the entire playthrough. Now, there are some special rules, because this, I was running a Volcano run, meaning that all jobs are available from Crystal 1 to be picked from, but then when you get to Crystal 2, all of the Wind Crystal jobs, i.e. Crystal 1 jobs, are removed from the pool. Then you get to Crystal 3, all of the Water Crystal jobs. Crystal 4, all of the Fire Crystal jobs. So it's kind of more Fire and Earth Crystal leaning, hence why it's a Volcano run. And that's why we have, at this time anyway, Berserker, Ninja, Dragoon, and Samurai if Lena was standing. However, I also had another rule modifier called No 750. Because it's in reference to... Notice you had, like, all Crystal 3 jobs. Nope, all Crystal 4. Well, no. 2 Crystal 4, 2 Crystal 3. Yes, 2 Crystal 3. Because Ninja is from Crystal 3 and so is Berserker. Whereas Samurai and Dragoon are both from Crystal 4. Now, no 750. 750 is in reference to the fact that rods cost 750 gil each. Specifically the Fire, Ice, and Lightning rods. Now, the reason it's called No 750 is because the only characters that can use these are magic users. So No 750 means no magic users, plus a couple of extra classes that kind of play similarly to magic users, which I think is like Chemist, Geomancer, and Dancer. So really this is only like physical attacking jobs. Plus like Beastmaster, if you count that as a physical attacking job. But really the list is like Knight, Thief, Monk. Crystal 2 doesn't really have a lot. Mystic Knight, which is like the only magic using job that you can get, but that's because it enchants its own swords. Berserker, Beastmaster, Ninja, and then pretty much like the whole of Crystal 4 except Dancer and Chemist. I've been bonked! Hello, Jinder, how is you? And I had another rule modifier, which is 5th job. Because believe it or not, the full list of jobs that I've got is Monk, then Samurai. So if you end up getting a job that you can't use yet, you just kind of ride the lightning on that. As in, because I can only have access to Monk, every character has to be Monk until I could get Samurai, meaning Crystal 4. So, Monk, Samurai, or Dragoon. I forget which at this point. I think it was Dragoon. Ninja, Samurai, then Berserker. So the idea with 5th job is when Galuf leaves the party, and you get Kryl, you roll for a 5th job, which can be any of the jobs in the pool, and you replace one of your jobs with it. The idea is to add a little bit of interesting strategy to the gameplay, because if you just did the standard 4 job, and you've done this a few times, which I have, then you just kind of play through the game with that, and you have the strategy for the rest of the game. With 5th job, your strategy can suddenly shift. Now the trick is I can no longer use anything from the Monk job, so no HP plus, no barehanded, no counter, etc. So any of those skills, nope, not allowed to use. But otherwise, we're here. And now we're in World 3. This job is effectively giving you a fresh character. Kinda. I would rather not lose you two. Okay, you can run, that's fine. That's still 5 ABP for me. And the Berserker, who's like the more important one to receive that. Shuriken. Why didn't you raise Lena? I'm out of Phoenix Downs. That's the only reason I haven't raised her. I'm out of Phoenix Downs. Because it didn't restock. Oops. I could... Do I even have any cottages? No! So she's dead till I get back to a town. Or until they leave now because I found a tent. As to why you use the spell, no 750. Yeah, exactly. I can't. I didn't even buy life because, like, there's no point to it. I can't get a magic user that could use the spell in this pool. Now, I did buy a lot of black magic and some time magic because I forgot if they, like... Oh, they're all dead. Because I forgot if Mystic Knight could use some time magic or not. But even if they couldn't, I have it now.
You've had a bad day. You don't need to study. Take care of yourself.
Sometimes it's just coincidence.
Yes, but I'm like...
You're like, the fuck. I only did that so I could grab the items in question. Because I technically don't need to do that. But I figured, why not? These motherfuckers. Besides, Lena's already a little behind as is. It's not going to make a big difference if she's a little more behind. Let me sleep! Object darts are scary if you aren't ready for them purely because they can cast Break on Mass. Yep. I'm gonna show you a really cool trick. Also no stop. That's really embarrassing to not have anything to revive your fallen party members. Also, yes, that is normal. I have to buy that many. Gold needles. Yes. Oh yeah, you have no healers. That just came to you now. Mana sad. Yes. It sucks. I have no healers. Alright. So yeah, they can cast Break on Mass. But I can also just cast the inverse of Break. Checkmate, atheists! I did say no magic users before, but it legit didn't actually dawn on me that, yeah, you have no healers. You cast Break, I cast Fix. Pretty much, honestly, I'm not even gonna burn the gold needle on that one because Berserker smashed its fucking face in. Fair's Mastered Lance. We do get some EXP from this, but it's mostly gonna be kill. That's fine. Honestly, the faster I can master Berserk and dual wield for characters, the better. So this will be a good start. Because if I can get the job masteries across the board, then I can just give them what they need or what they want, and then I can start figuring out like, okay, where's a good place to get EXP? But yeah, just throw gold needles at them. They die instantly. You're welcome. I have now made this area completely trivial if you're looking to go get Odin. Which, by the by, I'm not going to touch because I don't need Odin. I can't use them. Sad Odin noises. I'm all too familiar with the gold needle trick, just delightful to see. Yeah, no. This game rocks. Yes, indeed. Is the gold needle trick present in other Final Fantasies? In some instances, yes. Not always. Depends on whether or not there were enemies that were, like, made of stone or not. Similar tricks are obviously Phoenix Down tricks. Final Fantasy VII has a boss that you can actually just yeet, I think, an X potion at, and it just fucking kills him. I think that'll miss. Well, no, but they are resistant to earth magic. Earth damage. Undead equivalent in a lot of games, yeah, because all you have to do when you see an undead monster is just throw a Phoenix down or cast life on it, and it just dies. Sadly, not as many uses of, like, hey, this monster is technically made of stone. Throw a gold needle at it. It dies instantly. Which, I don't quite know how that works, but then again, a gold needle is a magical item, so I'm not the guy that needs to understand how that works. All I know is that if you could somehow bring a gold needle into, like, the world of Dragon Quest, grenades and golems beware. Imagine having, like, use mains kiss on Gigantoads or something. It reverts them to what they were before they were stone, as they were always stone. Yeah, see, and that's where it's like, I don't know why that works. I mean, I guess technically, like, in a way they would just melt. Vanishing is the next best thing, because what is stone? Stone is, like, cool volcanic rock. Usually. Like, that's just kind of what it is. Actually. Ah, that didn't kill. Now, of course, the way that I always saw, like, things like gold needles working is that it is a curative for the petrification status specifically. That's not what to go, unfortunately. Meaning that, like, being petrified versus a monster made of stone are two different things. But quite clearly, I can understand why that wouldn't be the case. Do I? Yeah, I do. Then we'll want to restock. Slightly related, is the Pixel Remastered? Does it have the GBA exclusive content? Yes and no. The GBA exclusive content is still exclusive to GBA. Disappointingly to some, which means I can't be Cannoneer, Necromancer, or... I don't remember what the last one was. But I'm not able to be those 3 GBA exclusive jobs. Now, there is a setting for 4 Jobs Fiesta if you have the GBA version. Either legitimately or totally legitimately. Oh, Oracle and Gladiator. Okay, there were 4. But there is an option where, kind of like 5th job, you can have, like, a separate role for one of those 4 jobs. Or you can just throw it into the pool. Because, like, there is a setting where you just roll the dice at every crystal and see what job you get. Whether or not it's part of that crystal run. So you can do a 4-job Fiesta with the GBA version. And if you want those 4 jobs, You can get them, but from what I understand, apparently getting those jobs is a real giant pain in the ass. 4-job Fiesta, but just those 4 jobs for the whole game probably wouldn't be super great. If that happened, which there is a technical chance, depending on your rule set, you would just have to be freelancer until you unlock those jobs. So it actually would be kinda boring for a lot of the playthrough. And also probably pretty fucking hard. Regarding getting them being a pain in the ass. Well, I just wasted the gold needle on accident. That's the one problem with doing this trick, is you have to remember not to use the gold needles on yourself and use them on the object arts. Super, super easy grind. You, gold needles, please. How many? Yes. That's not a number. Just thunk however much this'll get me. Oracle Canyon and Gladiator are right at the door of the post-game bonus dungeon. The way in opens up when the void becomes accessible, but you can't enter the dungeon until you beat Neo X Death. Necromancer, however, is post annual. Oof. So, basically, what you're telling me is you can't even touch those jobs until you beat the game. So those jobs would only be useful for maybe killing Omega and Shinryu. Yikes! So if you somehow rolled those 4 jobs, or actually, I think for 4-job Fiesta, you have to prove that you beat the game using the jobs that are listed. So you're not done until you go back and beat the game again with those 4 jobs. But then you could beat Omega and Shinryu. Like, because if you did that before you had those 4 jobs, then you couldn't do it. So... use the first 3 for anything after you open the void. Necromancer is really only usable for the closer of the dark, which I think is a boss rush. Well... I mean, I forget. Because, like, I think... it has to be usable in the main game. If it's not usable in the main game, then it's probably not in the pool for 4-job Fiesta. Like, just as a period. Jump on that one. I was about to say something just incredibly unhinged. Jump on it! Crazy style! No. It was more unhinged than that. Anyway, that guy's really dead. The power of wielding 2 spears. One of them being the Holy Lance. Entirely fair. 4-job Fiesta. You'd have to use a hat or something to make it available if it's still one. Again, as far as the rules are concerned, if you can't equip that job, you play whatever jobs that you have available. If none of the jobs that are available can be equipped, then you're a freelancer until you can equip one. Which, again, if you manage to roll nothing but the Game Boy Advance exclusive jobs, it's basically a freelancer run of the game. Until you can. Which... oof. That does not sound fun, and I did a 4-job Fiesta where I got Thief as my first class. And let me tell you, if we want to talk about difficult, try making it so you can only equip daggers for your entire fucking party. Suffice to say, I did have a bit of a hard time. Oh yeah, I fucking forgot. I gave Fjord, who is Bart's, who is the Berserker, the Protect Ring too, so while he's got the Mirage Vest and has Blink. Ooh. Daggers are surprisingly super good, Thief is just underwhelming. Yeah, well, try doing that from the very start of the game. Daggers, you're not wrong. Daggers are surprisingly good. Partially because the fucking chicken knife exists. But also, like, now give those daggers Berserker with Fling? No, the Protect Ring. So they have Regen. Regen and, Blink. God, could you imagine if I could set it up somehow where, like, Berserker had throw and Berserker would just randomly throw items? God, that'd be awful. The epitome of the barbarian throwing random bullshit at people. But, like, no, because the Berserker's been given a Protect Ring, thus they have Regen, and because they have the Mirage Vest, they have Blink. Meaning they are sort of kind of made to be really sticky, is the way I'd describe it. Really hard to remove, which is the whole point. Oh, you said Blink! Yes, I said Blink. Trial Mastered Throw! I think the last... Yeah, your next one should be your last one, which is where you master Dual Wield. This does really help, because I am faster than these things. So outside of the occasional... We have a 5 fight, and when we get down to 2 of them, one of them's gonna use Break on me. I can just fuck them up. Also, unintended consequence of having a Berserker. I'm pretty sure Berserker is immune to Confuse. And if they're not, I'm in trouble. But I thought about it, I'm like, they're already under a mind-altering status ailment. So unless those can stack, then I should be fine. Fingers crossed this is the case. Because I know in Final Fantasy X that is very much not the case. You can be Berserk and Confused. And that's just a whole lot of... Well... but not even Marlboros do that. I keep saying Marlboros. Because I got in the habit of saying that, but it's Marlboro. That sounds nuts. It only appears in the monster arena, thankfully. So you're typically not gonna run into it. And I think it is specifically... like, one of... like, the Super Marlboro, or the Super Marlboro. Because the developers said, hey, fuck the player if they want to do anything post-game. They gotta work really goddamn hard for it. Hey, you want to fight and beat this really hard? Marlboro, fuck you! Better have Berserk proof and Confuse proof. I do want to resume that grind. I've been busy grinding for 100% in Dark Souls 1, because I actually looked at the achievements. And I thought to myself, that's not that hard. It just takes time. And I'm right. Because I'm down to, like, one left before I have all of the achievements in Dark Souls 1. Because I've discovered every Covenant. I have gotten every progression achievement. I have made every max rank weapon. The one that surprised me was Raw. I didn't think that, like, Raw stopped at Raw plus 5. But here we are. I have every miracle, I have every pyromancy, and I have every sorcery. So now it's a matter of just getting all of the rare weapons. Which is gonna take me into New Game Plus 2. At minimum. And I have a tracker, because I need to kill... Smo this time, because I got Ornstein for the first time, because I knew that would be fucking difficult if I didn't. And then pretty much everybody else, as far as their boss souls are concerned, convert their things into weapons, except Gwyn's. Because Gwyn's soul had to be given to the Sunbro Covenant so I could get the last miracle. Bleh. I think that's stupid, but hey, I'm not the guy that designed Dark Souls. Ah. I neglected to think about back attacks. Well, to my fortune, it appears that they have all skipped their turns. I was incorrect. But even then, most of them skipped their turn. I love RNG sometimes. And playing Uma Musume, I can tell you sometimes I really fucking hate it. Also, downside to having a Berserker. When we get back attacked, I can't change their row, but sometimes it doesn't fucking matter because they'll just do Earthquake. Because they have a Gaia Hammer. Yeah, I just gotta accept sometimes I'm gonna miss input. At least at worst, this isn't the worst? Oh yeah, sometimes they drop gold needles, too. These guys were really weirdly designed, if you think about it. It's like, did they not catch this? These guys sometimes drop gold needles. You can use gold needles to kill them quickly. It's like, is that on purpose, or...? Now I have 99 of those. I'm gonna buy 10 more of these. Because, frankly, I get the sense I'm gonna need a lot of them. Even if they only show up here, I feel like it may have been deliberate. Touche. We're gonna save, even though this game has a quick save function. And as an aside, it's pretty good about when and where it quick saves. Okay, never mind. The last quick save was back in the temple, where I made the quick save. Save early and often, kids. Unless you got this on the Switch, in which case, save early, not necessarily as often, because you're probably going to be fine. The beauty that is having a portable console means it basically has a PSU, or... not a PSU, but, yeah, a UPS, an uninterruptible power supply. Which was a delightful... I say delightful, it was kind of bad. Moment the week before last for Sunday, when my power got cut when doing game clearing for Dragon Quest XI. Because it's like, oh no, the stream's dead. Oh, we lost all that progress in Dragon Quest XI, right? No, we didn't lose a single second. I just left the game right there. Put the Switch to sleep, docked it for when I would get the power back. Power came back, Switch is back to be in charge, so now there's no risk of it losing progress. Come back the following week, hey, pick right up where we left off. Which is now literally my strongest argument for any console to just be portable now. But be able to be docked so you can put it on a bigger screen. Because if it's portable, it has to be designed so you can take it with son of a bitch. Well, I'd rather not you miss out on AVP. But yeah, if your console's portable, it has to have a power supply, and if it has a power supply, it effectively has a UPS, or uninterruptible power supply. So it's power outage proof. That's a good feature, to be honest. Right? Super good. Anyway, ads are going to play any second now, so get up, stretch, do what you gotta do in order to stay as healthy as you can be. Otherwise, don't go anywhere. We will be back with more Final Fantasy V for the Fjord Fiesta. I will see you guys in a bit. And we're back. Not me remembering that I bought do buzz balls today. Because today was payday, which was sorely needed. But aside from some necessities that I also bought a couple buzz balls. Not sponsored. One of those that, like, not sponsored but would not say no to a sponsorship. Granted, it'd have to be a 21 plus sponsorship, considering. But, I have 2 flavors, so I got 2 buzz balls. So I'm gonna get fucking buzzed. Legitimately. Because my alcohol tolerance is pretty good. Like, one of these will get me buzzed. The 2 of them, I actually expect to be a little intoxicated. But I have strawberry Rita and peach chiller. I'm gonna start with the Rita. If you don't know what a buzz ball is, either you're not old enough, in which case, this is an 18 plus stream. What the fuck you doing here? Or they are not made where you're from. It's just buzz ball is basically it is a ball-shaped container, and I just splashed it on my hand. Full of some 15% alcohol. It's like wine, kind of, but not really. But it tastes good. It is an agave wine, so there you go, with natural flavors and certified color. You're supposed to shake well before you open it. And for those of you that like to feel good about where you buy your stuff, the Buzzball Company is woman-owned, so there you go. Whoa! Again, not sponsored, but would not say no to a sponsorship. Because, frankly, I like buzzballs. I don't have them very often, and that is intentional. Because they are kind of strong. And this week I've gotten off my omeprazole, so it's kind of triggering my heartburn a little bit, that one sip. Oh, but I did get omeprazole today and took it earlier, so I'm not surprised it hasn't kicked in. But it is helping. But still. Alright. Resume. I can play a game mostly one-handed. What's an RPG anyway? But yeah, no, the replay of Dark Souls has been very interesting. Mostly because I played with a different weapon. I decided to play with katanas for new game. Which, the only way to get a katana, really early game, is to murder the first undead merchant. So I did that, and got an Uchi katana. I don't know if anybody, likes that guy specifically. I'm sorry, I guess? I don't know, I don't like him very much, he's mid. Oh yeah, I remember that guy. He's mid because he's so fucking, particular. You don't buy anything from him, he's like, yeah, God, yeah, fuck you. But if you do, he's like... And I'm like, bro, why you gotta laugh like that? He does sell fire bombs at 50 souls a pop, though. He's kind of rude if you leave without buying anything, but I remember being amused if you leave mid-conversation, because he's like, wait, where are you going? Fair. But again, I don't like him very much. Plus, he's a really early game merchant, and for the most part, he doesn't sell anything that you need. I think at most he sells, a club and a reinforced club if you want something that does blunt damage but doesn't scale particularly well. He sounds legitimately distraught and confused. There. He also sells the chainmail set, which, I mean, if you want better armor and you didn't start as, the knight or, I think, cleric, then yeah, that works. But again, it's just not particularly good. But yeah, kill him, he drops an Uchi Katana. And thus, for the rest of the game, I had a katana. Which I then turned into the Chaos Blade, not knowing that every time you hit an enemy with the Chaos Blade, you lose 20 HP. Not like semi-permanently or whatever, it's a health drain. At first I was very much like, oh, because I wasn't upgrading Vitality at all. But then when I got Vitality to the first soft cap of 30, it literally became like, okay, I have too much HP to give a fuck. And so I max upgraded the Chaos Blade. It was actually really good. It also has humanity scaling as like a hidden feature. And I found that out by accident, but then for like the rest of the game, I made it a point to have at least 10 liquid humanity. Like at all times, because that seemed to be where it capped. And honestly, it wasn't a terribly bad playthrough, and made me realize, oh, this is why people play Dex characters. Because their weapons are so fucking fast. And I didn't even think that the katana was particularly fast, but it was faster than any of my favorite weapons, which are typically strength weapons. And the second that I got in the New Game Plus, what's the weapon that I equipped? Artorias' greatsword. Because what the fuck else would I wield? I am a fanboy. The proper one, mind, not the cursed one. Because I do know the difference between the two, and I still think it is really fucking niche knowledge to make Artorias' non-cursed greatsword. Like, who the fuck is going to upgrade a broken straight sword or a short sword hilt and up to +10? Somebody real fucking curious, but not me. But yeah, for New Game 1, I killed every boss, including DLC. For New Game Plus, if the boss is truly optional, see Priscilla, I'm not going to kill them. Because this run's supposed to, like, get me through faster and then make whatever I'm missing. So I have to remember to kill the Moonlight Butterfly. Unfortunately, the Capra Demon is still... Well, no, the Capra Demon is skippable. Because I started as the Thief class, so I have the Master Key. I'll still fight the Capra Demon. And Geeping Dragon. Just for the souls. Okay, so I guess really what I'm saying is I'm not going to kill Priscilla again, and I'm not going to do the DLC. Because Priscilla is very optional, and I don't see a reason to kill her again. Because I also got her tail cut, which is necessary, by the way, for the achievement, and I'm very happy I got it on the first try. I also got Seath's tail cut, which is the first time that I legitimately tried to get it. Because I've never gotten the Moonlight Greatsword in Dark Souls 1. I did get it in Dark Souls 2, but to get it in Dark Souls 2, you either Bonfire Aesthetic Duke's Dear Freya or kill her in New Game Plus, and then you turn Seath's soul into it. Like, it's actually really easy to get in Dark Souls 2. Am I going to use it at all in Dark Souls 1? Probably not. It is a great sword. Which may as well be a strength weapon, but... I'm not an intelligence character. I have 20 intelligence to wield Artorias' greatsword, and I might boost that some more to make it do more damage. That fucking thing scales off of 4 stats, man. Strength, dex, intelligence, and faith. Like, any weapon that scales on that many stats does a shitload of damage. The New Game Plus is going to be interesting, especially since I fully upgraded it before starting it. Which wasn't that bad. I have learned a lot about Dark Souls 1 so far just by doing this. Including that if you do start a fight with Shiva and break your covenant with the Forest Hunters, Shiva just goes back to the Darkroot Garden. So you can resume your beef. He actually killed me the first time that I tried to pick a fight with him in Blighttown, and then he disappeared, and I thought, oh, I missed my chance. No, he just moves. He moves back, which is weird. This is after I bought everything unique off of him, because I'm also making this a pseudo 100% file. And I do mean pseudo. Oof. Oh, it's... alcohol's burning a little. In my gut. Cursed GERD. And that is why I take omeprazole. So that doesn't happen. Because at this point, even Tums don't do much. It just kind of reduces the severity. Like, I'd have to really diet around this if I wasn't taking omeprazole. Almost up to 30,000 gil, which is good. Like, I'm gonna need as much gil as I can get, so if I... Because the primary objective is the AVP, because this is so easy. But if I also get, like, all that I need, then all's fair, frankly. I do know I'm in no rush when Fjord Masters Berserker. You switch him off that job to a different job, because it's just... Yeah, that's the only reason 5 are dangerous, is because there's enough of them that they probably can petrify your whole fucking party. Chances are low, but they can do that. I don't feel it, but my body already knows it's buzzed. So I'll probably have the second one here shortly. Make it a drunk stream. I won't be that drunk, I assure you. Like, I'll be a little tipsy. Although that said, I haven't eaten anything recently. I might get drunk. Like, that space between truly drunk and you're still cognizant. Like, you have a good grip. You just really loosened the fuck up. That kind of drunk. That's probably as far as I'll get. Like, any further than that, we get into territory that I don't like being in. Actually. But when you're buzzed good and proper, yeah. The ATB, but it seems that I wasn't fast enough with my one hand. One thing I don't like about Buzzballs is that because of the way that the toppers are shaped or constructed, which they're kind of constructed like a regular soda can, which would be fine if the tab were easier to get your fucking fingernail under. As a consequence, they're actually kind of tricky to open. Which I guess in a weird way kind of child-proofs them. But, I mean, a really determined child could figure this shit out. That's the peach chiller. That one's nice. It's almost like a... Wait. It might be too nice. I'm supposed to shake them. And shake them well. And I did shake it. And I shook it well earlier. But the alcohol may have settled to the bottom. I guess we're gonna find out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I think that's exactly what happened. That's not gonna taste good. I've done that once. The first time I ever had a Buzzball, I didn't shake the thing because I didn't know you were supposed to shake it. So I just cracked it open and started drinking it. I'm like, oh, this is quite nice. And then as I got towards the bottom, I'm like, this is actually kind of hard to drink. My dumbass. My dumbass literally didn't know that that's what happens to alcohol. I'd say you're supposed to do it to, like, all kinds of alcohol, but really you're not supposed to. I wonder why you're supposed to do it with Buzzballs. Yep. I didn't shake it good enough after setting it down for so long. Fuck! Little slow on the one-handed playing. Yeah, I just shoved the rest of that. I'm glad I did. Because I can taste it now, and it's like, yep. Yep, there's the alcohol. Oh. That's not fun. Blech. And now, I thankfully have most of a gallon of drinking water next to me. Because I don't get up and fill up drinking containers enough. Oh, cool, so they're all damaged. So, I just sometimes buy a gallon of drinking water. So I don't just drink, like, carbonated or mixed beverages, because, again, not sponsored. Would not say no to a sponsorship. When I'm not broke, I like to get gamer subs. I tend to drink a shitload of that. And this one is not sponsored, and thus I will not mention their brand name. But a certain drink mix where you get a 2-liter container. You pour it in with either sugar or sucralose, or if you're really broke, you can leave it as is for a completely sweetener-free experience. And then you mix it, and generally it will turn the water to a bright color. Typical flavors are like cherry fruit punch, watermelon, there's lemonade and orange flavor if you're weird, that are available. And also their mascot is known for destruction of property. If you can't figure it out from all of that, I don't know how to help you further other than, like, saying his catchphrase, which I don't want to do. but either, like, gamer sups, that, other sorts of drink mixes. Like, that's what I'll usually take. And as part of what I've discussed with my... I forget if they are a dietitian or a nutritionist. But part of what I'm working on with them is I want to drink more water instead of just, like, drinking that kind of stuff. Because I'm still getting hydrated. I mean, obviously, otherwise I would have turned into a fucking raisin by this point. But I feel like I don't do enough of it. So at the moment, it's like, the most that I'm to do is, like, drink a liter of water a day. Which is probably, like, 3 cups. You know, get some amount of water a day. I haven't been very good at keeping up on it. With that said, I keep it in mind, hence, gallon of water. And maybe embarrassingly, I also steal swigs out of my distilled water as well from before I go to bed for the CPAP. You can drink distilled water, you're not supposed to drink a ton of it. Because it's not that it's bad for you, it's that I think well, technically your body has to do less work with distilled water, but I think that's part of the problem. I don't know, I'd have to look further into it. See if I can find, like, a scientific study or something on it. That's one of those things. I don't like talking about stuff if I don't know it well enough. I just remember I, like, read something that, like, oh, you're not supposed to drink distilled water, and it's like, why? And I couldn't really be pinned down as to why. It's perfectly fine to drink. I just remember reading something or another that's like, I mean, yes, you can, but... Not me overstocking on Phoenix Down, so I don't run into a situation where, hey, party member's dead. And I can't do anything about it. I would just rather be able to do something about it, thank you. Yeah. We're not quite there yet, but I can tell I've loosened up a bit, so the alcohol has taken effect. I'm probably... I think we're gonna get sleepy drunk tonight. Like, last time... I'm kind of chit-chatty drunk. Happy drunk. I've never gotten... Well, that's a lie. I've gotten to the point where... Like, I was really drunk. There are 2 points where I've gotten really drunk. There was one point where... I couldn't keep the contents of my stomach drunk. That was the first time I had rum. By myself, anyway. I had too much. I had too much. And my body responded in kind. I was also playing a sort of drinking game with people on Final Fantasy XIV when that happened. So, word to the wise. Maybe don't do that. Or if you do, be more responsible than I was. Because that was not fun. Because, like, I actually made the folks that I was playing with worried. Because I just fucking disappeared for, like, 3 minutes while I, without specifying how, remove the contents of my stomach. But after that, I was fucking fine. The other time, I was actually at a bar proper. Because it's still there. There is a bar near where I live. It's kind of like crossed with, like, a sort of family restaurant, but, like, at night, it's more of a bar situation. I think that's kind of how they're mostly run as establishments. Like, for most of the day, they're, like, you go there as a family. When it's evening, it's very much, like, adults only. Not that the food is particularly good, but, like, they do got pizza. Anyway, but I'd go to this place, and part of why I was going there is because they had karaoke. So I'd like to sing. But that particular night, not only was I getting hit on by someone, which, I'll be real, it was the first time I was actually being hit on, and I was super uncomfortable by it. Which is weird, because the person that was hitting on me wasn't particularly unattractive. They were, like, just leaning on me, touching on me a little overly much, and I'm like, woman, I do not know you. Please stop. Which, I think that's more the autism than anything. If I had to, like, make a stab as to why I'm like, please stop that. Yeah, I could have golden needled, but I figured save it. But that was a night that I was testing my limits. I think by that point, my stomach was empty, so the alcohol was already affecting me more than it usually would. Because, as a fun fact, if you have food and your stomach is already digesting stuff before you drink alcohol, you actually don't absorb as much. So you tend to get drunk a little slower. And because you're getting drunk a little slower, your body can process the alcohol a little bit better, because it's already going through stuff as is, but the alcohol just kind of gets added on top of it. It doesn't get processed all at once. At least I think that's how it works. Pretty sure that's how it works. I don't remember. Anyway. So I was hungry. I also wasn't drinking water or, like, any other beverage between my alcoholic drinks. And I had, like, 3 or 4 ciders. You know, not a particularly hard drink in the first place, but they were hitting me hard that night. Because I hadn't built up my alcohol tolerance at that point. Like, I was still a young drunk. I wouldn't consider myself a drunk, considering how infrequently I drink, but that's neither here nor there. I was young to drinking alcohol, I suppose is how I would better phrase it. But then just for some reason, after the 4th one, like, I was getting really drunk, and, like, it really threw me off. Like, how drunk I was. And I was still mostly cognizant of my drunkenness, but I just, suddenly, my fucking fight or flight response was set off. So maybe I have anxiety. But anyway. I was suddenly terrified. And I was not comfortable with how drunk I was. And the immediate next thing was I was just sitting at the bar, and I told the bartender, like, could I have some water? And for the rest of the night, that's all I drank until I decided, in my drunkenness, which is stupid, Iainuki. Yeah, Iainuki. Which is, like, the one thing that makes me go, like, do I give Samurai dual wield? But anyway, like, I was still technically drunk. Mind, when I decided, you know what, I'm gonna fucking go. Which was a real bad move. Because for a good while chilling in my car, and bearing in mind, it was fucking cold that night, too. And I had, like, a little jacket on me. So I chilled in the car while it warmed up, and I was shivering my ass off, trying to sober up. The cold kind of helped me snap to it. But it was just a really bad situation. I think I didn't go as far as hyperventilate, if I remember correctly. I'm bearing in mind I am reconstructing these memories, so I might be making up some details. But based on my recollection, I was in a bad way. I knew I had to get home, but I also knew that at that moment I wasn't quite ready to drive. So I chilled there for the better part of like 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes, it wasn't quite that long. maybe 5. Just shivering, waiting for the car to warm up a little bit more before I slowly cruised off. Not like super slow, but definitely like following the speed limit, doing my best to like drive as straight as possible, because even I knew I was like, I am not really good to drive right now, but I am the only guy that I know, and I am probably still below the .08 if I get pulled over. Which, by the way, I now stand by the idea that, like, if you drink any amount of alcohol and you feel buzzed, don't drive your fucking car. Just don't. Wait until you sober up. Like, if you drink a beer and you still don't feel anything, okay, fine. Whatever. You're probably fine. But if you're like 3 beers in and you're like, I'm not drunk, I'm below the legal limit, nobody fucking cares. Right? Actually, switch at this point because we have 2. At this point, it would just be a waste of stuff. I mean, I can give equip axes if I want to be weird. We'll do mini AOG. And then Lena will become the Berserker. In this case, Shira Hadori works because this then becomes like the proof of concept. Elven Mantle for the dodge, Mirage Vest for that, Helm, Ice Shield, Gaia Hammer. We will get. I think I gave everyone black carb. I'm assuming you finished your grind? We're not finished yet. We're still grinding, hence why I'm still, like, mid-storytelling. Recalling when I was really drunk. But I basically started... I was driving home slowly. I had... stopped, though. Before getting too far, thankfully. Outside a late-night cookie establishment. And I went inside. I got myself a couple cookies. I got in the car, ate them, started feeling better, like, almost immediately. And then, after a little bit of a longer wait, drove the rest of the way home. But, like, as a consequence, I really, really do not like getting, like, super drunk. Like, while I've built up my tolerance, I know my limits. Like, I hard know my limits. A couple of buzzballs, probably enough for me. And in fact, whoops. I hit the auto battle button on accident. Like, oh God, I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, a couple of buzzballs get me feeling buzzed. That's as far as I want to go. Like, drink a I was gonna say mug or flagon of mead. We're good. We go any more than that, and I'm immediately gonna be like, this was probably a bad idea. Lovely. Man, those two are gonna be done. I'm gonna have to give them samurai. One of them, anyway. Bonk. Did I really equip Fjord with the black garb? I'm gonna have to double check. I thought I did. And Ferris is level up. 35. Yeah, I did. Oh, also, that's not for you. Where are the compliments? Elven Mantle is actually debatably better. Yeah, because more magic defense, more agility, and lower weight, meaning that the agility stat actually counts for more. Yeah, no, I do want one of them to kind of be tanky as hell. But we'll get there. Don't worry me, we'll get there. Ah, there it is. I actually just realized, because of how much alcohol I did drink, I have lost a little bit of my peripheral. Not like properly lost my peripheral vision, more that I'm not paying attention. I just saw the, like, ads are gonna play in this many minutes just now. And, like, I had to look directly at it to really see it. Like, it wasn't there, even though it was in my peripheral vision. Not quite enough. There we go. But anyway, that's why Mono doesn't like getting drunk very often. Not to mention, alcohol makes me sleepy. Like, typically I'll drink alcohol and I will be out like a light sooner or later. Which, I mean, that's like the typical effect. I forgot I didn't finish A. This is like, I refuse to call this shit like sparkling water because it's not. There's like, it's more appropriate to compare it to a type of flavored water that's carbonated, but it's like super duper low calorie, like it's 5 or 10 calories per bottle of water, because they use like a sugar alcohol to sweeten it. But you know what? I can guarantee. Yeah, I just gotta take out the back row instead, and then the Berserker can actually, or they can just activate the Gaia Hammer. That's fine. Ah, shit, I just realized the other thing I'm gonna have to grind is the fucking chicken knife. What does it cap at? I think it caps at 255, so I have to flee from 500. I think it's 510 battles, right? Yeah, 510. Sorry, when I am drunk, my math aptitude is lowered. I feel like I am. But perhaps I'm too introspective. Well, is that not a little high and mighty of me to think that I am too introspective? I am a weird drunk. But yeah, no, like I'm just noticing, like, man, I feel like I am a fucking weirdo when I am drunk. And I would imagine that for many people that when they're drunk, that is not inaccurate. Primarily because they're just acting outside of the norm of how they usually act. Katanas equip lances for dragoons. That is mastery. Yep, adds in a minute. Ninja's level 5. 5, plan that. Samurai's level 5. So Fjord's right on the cusp. So is Kryl. So then... Oh, wow. This is going to be a triple job change. Julio. But yeah, get this knocked out, and then I can figure out where I want to get the XP. You know what it is? The reason I think I'm a weird drunk is because of just how much I look at my train of thought, and I'm just like, I'm just going to say this out loud. You just lose your filter. It feels so simple, but at the same time, that's probably exactly the answer, if I'm not mistaken, huh? Wrap this up right before ads play, and then we'll go on an ad break. Because I'm out of time. I'm out of time. Alright, now I'm gonna stand up, stretch. And I'm gonna, like, lose my balance or something. Pause menu, and swap it over. Get up, stretch, do what you gotta do in order to stay as healthy as you can be. Otherwise, don't go anywhere. We will be back with more Final Fantasy V for the Fjord Fiesta. I will see you guys in a bit. Oh, no, I missed. I missed Bogey going to bed. Well, have a good night, Bogey. Thanks for sticking around for as long as you did. Either way, I'm back. I have definitely confirmed I am very drunk. Very is both a lazy and a strong word in this case. I'm just drunk. Like, buzzed. But as I hopefully can demonstrate with my gameplay, not that buzzed? Like, a little bit before I'd say is my limit, I would say. But at worst, we're having a productive grinding night. Which, frankly, I will fucking hate. Considering that, you know, we're not in an amazing position as far as our level is concerned for the rest of the game. Because, like, I could try to take on the Void. And I'm gonna tell you now, my ass would get handed to me on the silver fucking platter. Because the last time I went in there with mostly mostly jobs that did damage was my playthrough where I did Final Fantasy 1 jobs only. And on top of that, I also had 5th job. I think I ended up rolling something weird. Because that was where I had Thief start. I know I didn't get Red Mage, but I also didn't get White Mage. Pretty sure I didn't get White Mage. I still have the save file for posterity. I can check. I'm drunk. I'm gonna check real quick. I love how that's my fucking reasoning. That's my normal playthrough. That's the first Fjord Fiesta I ever did. That's the second one. Okay. Huh. There's only 6 jobs. I'm pretty sure I ran that with 5th job. Yeah, no, I did. So what fucking job did I replace? I know I got Monk, so I ended up having to replace something. It may have been Red Mage. Which is a choice. Because White Mage would have been super valuable and would have replaced Red Mage outright. Because I got Monk. Did I really replace my only healer? I mean, I'm not saying it was a good choice. So I don't know why I physically just fought my way through that fight. Mostly because I wasn't paying attention, I honestly think. Also, why is the samurai getting their turn first? Do they have like a hidden mechanic where they have first strike? Could be worth investigating. Perhaps. Damn, double bag. Also, random. I'm drunk. Put up with me for a little bit. Am I? I feel... I don't know what came about this train of thought, because there's nothing that motivates this, so we'll just say that there's a straw man in my head. With Uma Musume, I'm not the only one that feels like it deserves, like, money properly, because it's like a genuinely good, fun, designed mobile game, right? I understand if maybe I'm the only one that feels that way. Again, I don't know why I have this idea that, like, oh, Mana is, like, weirdly the only one that feels this way. But it's Monster Rancher, but a mobile game. And frankly, that is ingenious, especially over the fact that, like, it do replay value doing that. Like, dude, it feels like Side Games made a game first. And then decided to incorporate gacha elements and stuff. And it really is like, you fault them for that. I just realized the alcohol did not fully kick in. This will be interesting. I don't think we're gonna get any further than as far as, like, drunkenness that I want to get at. Which there are worse nights to get drunk. So that said, being fully sober for grinding sessions would probably be better, just for efficiency's sake. Either way. But, yeah, no, when I am able to, I definitely plan on throwing a little bit today. I, ashamedly, have done so for Nikkei. Though at the same time, I don't necessarily regret Nikkei. Though considering where I spent the money, I do wish I spent the money elsewhere. I was trying to pull, Little Mermaid's Siren's skin. Which I hate how that was assigned to gacha. Yet, c'est la vie. I have made my choice, and thus I am to sleep with it. Sorry. I'm scoffing at myself because my brain was immediately like, for some reason, the next line of thought went to stop killing games, and I am not in the right state of mind to talk about that. So let's not. Yeah? Yeah. Because the last thing I need to do is put my fucking foot in my mouth for saying something incorrect. I would bring up something else. But I'm not entirely sure what else I'd bring up at this point. I mean, we're making good progress. Damn skipping. I guess I'll pose a question to the guests in chat. With that said, like, where are we at when it comes to mobile games? Like, I would ask specifically about Uma Musume, but with that said, at the same time, I don't want to restrict it to just Uma Musume. What are we playing? How is the progress going in those mobile games? Are they super duper fun? That one's a yes/no question. I suppose I should ask instead, how has it been with the mobile game that you were choosing to play? Because part of it is just drunkenness. Part of it is genuine curiosity. Like, if anybody wants to speak up, by all means. I will not pressure anybody that is lurking to speak up, or anybody that's sleeping. I'm sure someone. It's 10:55. My time. Same time with the gold needle. I have a hard enough time speaking without being drunk. I don't think drunk will make it any harder. Because Oh yeah, no, I'm feeling parched. I should drink some water. For me, there's 3 games that are on mobile that I have played. One of them I haven't played in a hot minute, Arknights. Part of me is like, I should feel bad about that, but then another part of me is like, I've been getting my fun out of that game. I gave it, I think a bit of money. I don't think I did. Huh. Well, either way, Arknights is a good time if you like your tower defense games. Because that's basically what it is. I don't think I have all of the 1-star characters. I know I don't have them maxed out. Because weirdly, the 1-star characters are like rarer than any of the 5-star characters. It's dumb. I know I spent a good deal of time in Nikkei, which I do like Nikkei. That does come with the caveat that I like Nikkei for its story. Though a lot of the motivation for Nikkei is not for the story. Which makes sense. To put it in simple terms, it is a bit of a gooner game. That's what I'm doing wrong. Then the Berserker does not do full damage. At least guaranteed. Because now the only thing that the Berserker can target is considered front row. Which, like, look, sue my bisexual ass. Me being bisexual has nothing to do with this circumstance, so me bringing it up is definitely a choice. But, you know, sue my ass. Like, I like looking at beautiful characters. Beautiful, attractive, sexy. Yes. All that. Also, Noir is best girl. If you choose to fight me on that, then that is a personal choice. I will not budge up. With that said, as well, like, it's definitely designed as a solid game. Granted, one that relies on pulling, like any other gacha, pulling characters that are exceptional. Either because of power creep, which would be implemented due to, like, here's a new character, here's this new ability that makes them really, really broken equivalently. I am actually. But yeah, here's this new character, here's this, like, super duper overpowered ability that they have been granted because we want you to pull for it. It's not a matter that we... Izamana! Hello, squirrel. I am a wee bit drunk, so I do apologize if I say anything uncouth. Though at the moment I'm currently talking about how Nikkei, as a game, is designed pretty well, but like many a gacha game, it does have its fair... Yay, drunken! Okay. It does have its fair share of power creep. Because, like, as I recall, when looking at some tier lists comparing a number of characters, like, The Little Mermaid actually broke into double S tier? So, like, already as good as, if not better than an S tier. But actually determined to be as such. Like, apparently that is how good The Little Mermaid is, which I can't blame them, because The Little Mermaid has an ability where when you focus fire or use your finger to actually shoot the guns instead of just autoplay, everybody will shoot their guns where you're pointing, which is not a typical gameplay function of Nikkei. Because typically they just shoot where they want to unless you do a full burst. Then they will focus fire on where you're pointing. But yeah, like, they will do that. They want you to pull for their characters, more than likely. So, as a direct consequence, they will do it. they will get their power creep. I got visited by Trails VA on stream. Yo, nice! That's fucking rad. Whereas Uma Musume, while globally, according to folks that pay a lot of attention to stuff on the internet, unlike me, the support cards that have been released, Cryo Master Dual Wield, hey, let's go, but they have already mastered each other's jobs, so this actually puts them in an awkward position, where they have to wait until either the Samurai or the Berserker job is mastered. You're being harassed by a cat? She just wants attention. But, yeah, Uma Musume apparently has recently gotten, like, the meta card. The card that has been meta for years at this point, in JP, has been released, and people are just fucking foaming at the mouth to pull it. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, I don't give a shit. I'm playing my horse game. That is like Monster Rancher and enjoying the ever-loving shit out of it. I did just recently started Rice Shower career before starting stream with my partner, my fiance. I haven't gotten terribly far. Like, I did the debut race, I lost it, and then had to do a makeup race, and then won that. I'm hoping that I can actually, like, get through a Rice Shower career. But they are definitely harder than average. Oops. They hit the roll button. Oh. Still got the object art. I don't know why I'm looking at it. I still have a while to go yet. But, yeah, I'm just fucking casual. And the fact that the PvP meta around Uma Musume is more so decided on, like, what skills are good to get a trainee to learn. And probably the trainee themselves sometimes, I imagine. Like, I'm not sure. Like, the unique abilities definitely do play a role in, like, whether or not a trainee is considered a meta pick or not. But also, like, you can technically just inherit those. And while you get a weaker version of it if you inherit it, I feel like it's really hard to argue with, hey, you have, like, 3 unique skills on this one character, and 2 of them are from meta characters. Like, that character is probably as good, if not better, than some meta characters as a consequence. Even though they're getting, like, only a slight benefit versus a full benefit. I haven't demonstrated how you're, like, maybe supposed to do this so that way the Berserker gets a full power hit guaranteed. And I still get it wrong. I'm not paying attention. I'm rambling and ranting. While also feeling a smidge tired. Because when alcohol gets consumed, that happens. But of the games that I've played, those are definitely the 3 mobile games. Right. What kind of 4 job is to run? Natural job, Meteor run? Meteor, no 755th job. How is you, best lore? Or no, it's not Meteor, it's Volcano. Sorry, I'm a little drunk. Hence why now you see 2... No. Yeah, 2 Crystal 3 and 2 Crystal 4 jobs. I'm in a tremendous amount of pain, but other than that, I'm just happy to be back on Twitch. Hell yeah, welcome back. Hopefully you've had a good time watching streamers and I don't know what to say in that situation. That kind of sucks that you're in a bunch of pain, though. And I hope that it is something in which you can feel better in a relatively decent amount of time. And yeah, no, exactly what Squirrel said. Oh, I don't know what this says about me. The fact that even while drunk, I'm able to just do the necessary inputs to grind and do it really well, even though I'm drunk. Yeah, it's just a nice distraction. I won't get into it, but not happy. Unfortunate, but fair enough. We're here to have a good time, not necessarily talk about our problems. That I won't get too deep into it. Exactly. That is the fine line that has to be, like, walked on with being a content creator. I feel for you. Here to tell Mana he needs to play Trails. I will get to it at some point. Darn it, if only you rolled 4 summoners. You Kappa, but that would actually be really fucking good. We'll go. Or, you know what? One left, may as well save it. I'm here for the possibility of it. Fair enough. Hopefully you stick around even after the possibility has been successful, because it's only a matter of time. You hedge your bets long enough, and eventually it's going to happen. I personally like an all-Earth Crystal run. Gaia Gear for the win. I guess there are only 4 jobs from that, huh? No, there's 5. Dancer, Chemist, Dragoon, Samurai... Wait a minute. No, there's only 4. I've been hedging your bets against Jindra and Nox. I don't know if Nox voted in the last game clearing poll. I don't remember right this minute. He's also been absent. Which, I mean, people are allowed to be absent. Viewers are allowed to be absent. People have their own lives. Perhaps Nox just no longer finds my streams entertaining, and if so, alright. That's fine. Nox lurks a lot. Touché. I usually see something. But if that... all the same, I hope he's well. Or they. For safety's sake, I will say they, even though I'm fairly confident they're a... But, you know. Not just because I want to respect people's problems. More so than, like, I don't know. Got that high end with that Gaia hammer. But yeah, no, Trails will probably be played at some point. If it were up to me, I probably would have played it by now. To be perfectly honest, I leave it as a choice for the folks that do come to visit the stream, because I don't want to just play what I want to play. You just treat everyone equally disdainfully and call us all blue penguins with... I'm sorry, what? Shamim? Oh, Shmim. Oh! I get it. I may be drunk, but I'm not that drunk. Meanwhile, my fiance, probably not picked up by the microphone, just said, I may be drunk. Mocking. No! Why you gotta fucking petrify one of my party members? How dare you? Yeah, no, but precisely. Now, I may be drunk, but... No, I may be drunk. There's no but. How shmee been? Kappa. I've been alright. My fiance's been good. I think. Have you been good? They said yes. Okay, they specifically said yeah in response to my question. That's good. Indeed, I do concur. God, this has just been... What? You know what's funny? Fuck! Wait. You know what the worst part? Fuck is fun. I don't want to go against Twitch terms of service and talk about that. Now you know! I have... My brain is not working well enough for this. Mana's getting porous, girl's so excited. Drunk Mana says things. Yes, Drunk Mana does say things. Oh shit! Did I just get a rare instance of a gold needle missing? I might have just used the wrong item, to be perfectly fair, but... I do have... Oh, break missed. But, yes, technically, fuck is fun. We want to be very technical about it. Some people don't find fuck fun. Those people generally fall on the A spectrum. Though not always. Some people need to spice things up to make fuck fun. And those people are specifically kinksters. God. Well, also keeping an eye on the time, because I'm not sure I will keep going for much longer between the fact that, like, eventually I will come down, and when I come down from my drunkenness, I'm just gonna be bitter. You're just here for the shit I say? I mean, fair. Hopefully I haven't been terribly disappointing, considering that I am an autistic individual that is drunk, saying things. Meaning that sometimes you just get spouts of bullshit like this. Where I just pretend I am an incredible intellectual. All of a sudden. Nah, you're good. Are you sure? Are you sure? You're probably sure. But also drunk me is looking at the fucking statement of fuck is fun. And it's like, yes, it can be. I'm not allowed to talk about it too terribly much, because otherwise that goes against Twitch terms of service. And I'll get into a fuckload of trouble. And between the fact that this is my hobby, and I don't really like breaking the rules, nobody wants that. fairly certain I'm somewhere on the spectrum, so I enjoy the sharing. Touche. It's always good to get an official diagnosis. At the same time, like, what I will say for certain is that you know yourself, and I say general, you, not you, Squirrel, specifically. You know yourself very well compared to a lot of other people. If you compare what you are to, like, a list of symptoms of, like, autism spectrum disorder, and you're like, yeah, most of that is me, you may not be that far from the truth. It still would be good to not just do a self-diagnosis like that. It would be best to get an official diagnosis. At the same time, whatever. Like, I say I may just have general anxiety disorder because my dad has general anxiety disorder. With that said, I might be better about my anxiety than my dad, surprisingly enough. And I'm not entirely certain why. It might just be because it affects me less. It might be because genetically I got my mom's genes for that one. Meaning that she's got some sort of dominant trait that overwrites that. I'm ADHD. That's beneficial. Fair enough. My fiance is, That's their business. Not for me to share. We'll talk about me. My fiance wants to talk about their business and they're on, like, microphone.
What?
I was about to reveal what, if you have any disorders, what yours might be. Which, for all intents and purposes... Well, fuck! Okay, well, they just revealed them.
Like I care. I have ADHD. Anyone who's heard me talk on stream for 5 minutes will probably figure that out.
Well, there you go. They have autism and ADHD. I wasn't going to share it without your consent, at the very least. I may be drunk. I am still conscious of being respectful to other people. 50%, 50% aw.
Not my fault you have bad teeth.
Hey!
What?
I just don't like peanut butter that much.
Yeah, bad days.
Do you hear the shit coming out of their mouth? I love you. Well, there you go. So again, my fiance has autism and ADHD, which has been a learning experience for me to deal with, admittedly. Both because, like, as somebody with autism myself, I have learned a lot about how autism presents itself differently for another individual. But also, like, how we threw ADHD in the mix. And while I had a roommate that has had ADHD, that one I'm more okay sharing because, like, their identity is not immediate to mine. Like, said roommate would have to be, like, in a Discord call with me or actively watching the stream and call themselves out for them to then be identifiable. Whereas my fiance lives with me, so they could just be in the same office as me and suddenly be talking and people would be all like, hey, it's that fiance that's got that blah, 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 blah. Don't ask me where the peanut butter is. I haven't touched it. Played Spyro the Dragon, Year of the Dragon so much that I memorized the script and started writing it down in a notebook as an obsession. I did that with Kingdom Hearts. I did that with Incubus song lyrics and many other things. Okay, yeah, that might be an autism kick. That could be. Snooze the ads because I'm thinking about wrapping up now. God. I didn't memorize the script for Spyro the Dragon, but I still know roughly the entirety of the playthrough of Year of the Dragon. I could also tell you roughly the entire playthrough of Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage and the original Spyro the Dragon. Since we're just bringing that up. But I was not that level of obsessed where I'd write down, or I knew the script front to back. To some extent, maybe Final Fantasy VII, but not Spyro the Dragon. Same? Yeah, no. I couldn't tell you where all the secrets were, because I didn't spend that much time where I actively worked on getting, like, all of the secrets and stuff. But, like, I mean, I'm gonna be real, I got the Spyro HD Remastered Trilogy on PlayStation 4, and I 100%ed all 3 games because I wanted to. And a lot of what I did was still very much in the recesses of my memory. So while at the time, while playing it, I didn't remember everything. Duh. But I knew, like, rough about what all I had to do that, and where I needed to look, and what could have been, like, easily missed. Probably. Got all 3 plats in the weekend. I haven't gotten the platinums. But I did, like, 100% save files. At least I'm pretty sure I didn't get the platinums. And while I want to do the same with the Crash trilogy, I have admittedly run into a brick wall, in that I have never done that with Crash 2. Well, no. I've never done that with Crash 3, I will say, let alone Crash 2. So I never knew the specific requirements to do that, and the fact that the fucking death bonuses are a pain in the ass. But yeah, no, like, I have lived many years, and to this day I still remember a vast majority of the hyper-obsession that I have with video games. There are some video games that I do not remember as well as others, but I would chalk that up to just not being as interesting. Even though I did play them a serious amount, honestly. Speaking of, like, if you wanted me to talk about the plot of the Ratchet and Clank series, I could probably tell you a fair bit of it from memory. Same goes with Jak and Daxter. Do not talk to me about Final Fantasy VII at all. That is my hyper-obsession. I know far more than I rightfully should know regarding that franchise. To the point that I could even point out where there are some differences-ish with plots in Final Fantasy VII Original and Final Fantasy VII Remake, and talk about, like, why those are significant. Kingdom Hearts, I weirdly know not enough and also too much about. Mostly because I've only played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and not enough of Chain of Memories, not enough. I haven't even touched Birth by Sleep. I don't even know the plot of Calendar. I don't ever remember the, like, official name of that game, so I just call it Calendar. Kingdom Hearts is tatted on my body. Fair. Same with Super Sonic, though. Like, Sonic Homie and Sonic Annie became something of hyper-obsessions for me. Hence why Sonico is something of, like, #1 waifu of all time. I would say Gurren Lagann is a like hyper-obsession. It is and it isn't. It is insofar as, like, I fucking love that series and would gladly rewatch it again. It isn't in that I don't have a motivation PlayStation 2. God, yes, I am tired. Now would be a great time to end the stream. And ads have been trying to play for the past 10 minutes, so I may as well. But, yes. Bottom line, like, self-diagnosis of autism is okay. Ultimately, I would, like, specify that. I was diagnosed originally with Asperger's, which, by the by, it's not called Asperger's anymore. It's been rolled in with autism spectrum disorder. And while I don't blame anybody that would still call it Asperger's, the reason folks don't want to call it that anymore, if you're wondering, is because the guy named Asperger's was a literal fucking Nazi, so fuck that guy. Hence why autism spectrum disorder is just... If you had Asperger's, it's just autism. You know, makes it both a little bit more palatable and is accurate with the current definition in the medical journals. At least last I checked. Anyway, that aside, like, self-diagnoses are okay. Official diagnoses are best. At the same time, goodbye. At the same time, you know, if you've got a pretty strong inkling that you're something, you may be something. Definitely get it officially diagnosed, though. If you can, and it is available to do so. With that interesting conclusion, folks, thank you very much for sticking around to the end of the stream. Your time is one of your most valuable resources, and I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end, or however long that you did so. Lose a little bit. No! But yeah, it gives me folks to talk to, ramble at. Been trying? Fair enough. Talk about a myriad of things while drunk, admittedly. I'm starting to slowly come down. Well, not like properly drunk. Definitely under the influence. If you were into coding, you'd be a great level. I'm not sure the specificities of what that means, but maybe. What else do I want to say in regards to that? But yeah, get me folks to, like, ramble at, yap to, play Final Fantasy V, even though all we did was grind this session. So this is a very good, like, podcasty, like, part if you weren't listening to it. But if you were and you got to this point, cool. I like lurkers, that's cool. But, yeah, takeaways. Fjord Fiesta is cool. Uma Musume is cool. Retro games are cool. Knowing what neurodivergencies you got is cool. Level 4s are technical master specific code based like specific languages. Sharp, C++, Ruby, what have you. Okay, so I'd be like level 0 with Python. Maybe level 1. Games are cool. Yes, games are cool. Let's see. Is there anybody I want to raid other than Dove? Because Dove's streaming. I don't know for how much longer, but Dove's streaming. They're also doing Fjord Fiesta. Following. I don't usually like raiding random people, just because I feel weird about it. Huh. I just realized I am following a streamer called Cute Hero Bunny, and my mind just lives in the gutter. Their VTuber model is very voluptuous, and I will confess that my eyes locked on there. So I do apologize to that VTuber. If that is their intention, I still apologize. I feel like that's not good. That's the first thing that I see. Can you tell I'm a pervert that, like, at least tries, does his best to not be perverted, like, 24/7? And my fiance just called me a pervert. Well, there you go. And they just called me a booby enjoyer. You're not wrong, my love. We're gonna raid Dove. They're also doing a Fjord Fiesta. Theirs looks quite a bit different from mine. They've got White Mage, Mystic Knight, Red Mage, and Chemist. They're still in World 2, and they are approaching the Guardian Tree to fight for crystals, if you are aware of the plot. Hey, I respect it. I also enjoy boobies. Boobs are great. Men or women boobs. Me with my moobs, which are mostly just fat. Pecs. From, like, a well-toned body. Those are hot. So are, like, kind of not, like, super-duper great. Like, moves. I look at mine and I'm like, those are sad. But you know what I mean. Chubby dudes are great. Being bisexual. Being whatever sexuality you are. Anyway, we're gonna read Dove. With that said, folks, please remember you are always welcome here at Mana's Potion. And I will see you all next time. I need to drink more water. I'm parched. Your boy's coming down from the alcohol.